Hey everyone! If you manage your own WordPress site, you know that updates are important. Forget to update and you end up with alerts all over the place. But did you know that performing updates safely is about more than clicking a button? And do you know what is actually happening when you update? We are going to go over exactly why updates are so important, some tips for foolproof beginner-friendly updates, how to update your site manually, and how to automate your updates. So let's get started. When you update your WordPress website safely, you're taking an actionable step toward protecting the security, speed, and performance of your website. Your plugins and themes and WordPress itself are constantly being maintained by developers all over the world. They find and patch bugs, add new features, adjust for compatibility with other software, and secure against vulnerabilities. When a WordPress website gets hacked, it is almost always due to outdated software. Some people get nervous about updating their WordPress website. Maybe they had a bad experience with crashing a site as a result of a failed update, or maybe they're uncomfortable with editing the site at all. If that's you, let's go over some quick ways to perform updates safely. Item number 1 on the checklist for safe WordPress site updates is to take a backup. Anytime you make a change to your site, take a backup first. That way you can revert back to the backup if something goes wrong. Number 2 is to use a staging site. Many hosting providers will help you create a staging site, which is a copy of your site that only you can see, so that you can test updates there first. If all is well with the update, you can simply push those changes to the live site. And if not, you can troubleshoot without your live site being affected. While it is important to not wait long before performing an update, it's actually not a good idea to perform an update immediately upon when it becomes available. Updates can be buggy or incompatible when they first come out. It's a good idea to wait a few days before making an update, just in case. You can check with sites like wordfence.com before performing a batch of updates to learn if there are any vulnerabilities in the software that you're using. Before updating, take a moment to learn what is new in that update. Plugins, most themes, and WordPress core will have what's called a changelog that will explain changes. Knowing exactly what is happening when you update can make you feel much more confident and potentially help you foresee any potential issues. Understand how WordPress version numbers work. Version numbers are a series of numbers, usually 2 or 3 digits, separated by decimals. The first 2 digits represent major releases that will include large code changes. If there is a 3rd digit, that represents a minor release, usually a bug fix or security patch. If you update and find that there's an issue, use the WP Rollback plugin to manually undo what you did. That way, your site can go back to when things worked and you can troubleshoot what you may need to do to get the new version to work for you. This is useful if you learn that there is a bug or flaw in a plugin's newest version after you've already updated it. Consider using a plugin to create a maintenance mode or coming soon page. We like WP Maintenance Mode and Coming Soon in Maintenance Mode plugin. All your visitors will see is the branded page that you put up. That way, the site doesn't appear broken and visitors aren't confused if they arrive to a site without content or with a broken layout. Let's talk about performing WordPress updates manually in the dashboard. This is the quickest and most common way to perform WordPress updates. If you don't have a whole bunch of updates to perform across multiple sites, this is probably going to be your best option. Once logged into the WordPress dashboard, you have the ability to update the WordPress version, your themes, and your plugins. Let's go ahead and start with plugins, which you'll probably have to update most frequently. Start by going to the plugins page, and each plugin that you're using that has a new version available will be highlighted in yellow. Select Update Now, one at a time, in order to update them. Make sure that they've all completed, and that's it. To update your themes, go to Appearance, Themes. Find a similar alert to the plugin page one that tells you if there's a new version available. Choose Update Now, and wait for that message that says that the update is complete. To update your WordPress version, go to Dashboard, Updates. Find the notification near the top of the page that prompts you to update your WordPress version. Select Update, and make sure not to close the page until you see a confirmation that the update has completed successfully. You can also perform WordPress updates manually through code. If for some reason you can't access your dashboard, or if your site is down due to a failed update, updating it manually with FTP is the next best option. Let's start again with the plugins. If you're manually updating a plugin, begin by downloading the plugin's zip file from the WordPress repository or a third-party source. Extract the file once it's downloaded, then open FTP and connect to your website. Go to the WP content folder, then the plugins folder. Delete the folder of the plugin that you're replacing. Then upload the new one that you just downloaded in its place. Ensure that your update was successful by logging into your website and going to the plugins page, and then confirming the version number. If something goes wrong and you can't log in, or you're seeing code or some other mistakes where you shouldn't, make sure that you uploaded it to the right place, that it's a folder and no longer a zip file, and that you didn't change or rename the name of the plugin file. It should be identical to whatever the old one was. You can follow the same exact steps for updating a theme. Make sure that you're working in the WP Content Themes folder rather than the WP Content Plugins folder. Finally, let's go over how to update WordPress core manually through FTP. Begin by downloading the newest version of WordPress from the WordPress.org download page. Extract the zip folder once it's downloaded. This folder will contain all the files you need in order to update WordPress. Open up the FTP tool of your choice, I like FileZilla, and connect to your website using the FTP credentials provided by your host. The left side is your local site, the files that you just downloaded. The right side is the remote side, the files that currently make up your live site. If it helps, think remote and right start with R, and local and left start with L. That should be very helpful to remember if you use FileZilla in the future. On the remote side, open your website's root folder or the public HTML folder. Delete the WP admin and WP includes files on the remote side. And then grab the ones from the local side and upload them to the remote side. Once that's done, open the WP content folder on the local side and add all the files to the same folder on your remote side. Make sure to select yes to overwriting the existing files. Remember that because this WP content folder has all of your posts and pages and media uploads, it's important not to delete it, but just to transfer over the files. Once you're done with these transfers, log into your WordPress dashboard. Update the database if it asks you to, and you're done. If you need to, you can also automate most of your WordPress updates. It's a good idea to also have automated backups and some kind of monitoring enabled in case one of your automated updates goes wrong. Remember that no automated system is a full substitute for human eyes. Use a plugin like Updraft Plus to automate your backups. Updraft Plus has a free backup and restore plugin, but it also has a premium version with even more functionality. In the free version, you can create automatic backups that run on your preferred schedule. When automating updates, you can use a plugin too. We like Easy Updates Manager. It's a free plugin that you can use on a single WordPress site or even a full multi-site network. Once it's installed, you can open up the settings and toggle on and off access to automating core, plugin, and theme updates for your website. You can also use a site management tool in order to automate your updates. We are big fans of Blog Vault, which provides automated backups, automated updates, migrations, and so much more. It's the perfect solution if you have many sites that need attention and automation. Blog Vault includes safe updates as well as free staging sites so that you can safely test your updates and changes before pushing them live. If your site is using WordPress version 5.5 or higher, you may have noticed the ability to turn on auto updates for plugins and themes. This is meant to help you prevent your software getting too far out of date, but it comes with risk. Like I mentioned before, updating immediately isn't always the best idea. Updates might break your site, and with immediate auto updates, you may not know that something went wrong until much later. Unless you have 24/7 monitoring and consistently running backups, auto updates might not be a good idea for you. And of course, you could always hire a WordPress management and support company to handle updates for you, but we won't go too much into that here. Hopefully you now feel totally confident to perform all the updates your WordPress website needs. Did we miss anything? Let us know in a comment below. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel where we post new WordPress tutorials like this one every single Tuesday. Have a buff-tastic day.